A couple years ago, I prayed for wisdom. Um, I prayed and asked God for more wisdom than Solomon, and um, I also prayed and asked God if I could be an engineer of the understanding of His Word. I didn't really realize, fully what I was asking for. I didn't know what was going to happen once I got wisdom. I do know one thing, that I wanted to have God's grace, because wisdom is an ornament of grace on your head and a necklace of grace around your neck, and I definitely wanted that. So now that I have wisdom, it's been pretty painful, because now I know things, and now I try to understand things. Now I know things, and now I understand the way things work, and when I try to explain it, it's amazing how many people just are not mature enough to digest the information and the knowledge that I have. I could tell somebody how something works spiritually, but they just can't digest it. They don't know what I'm saying. It's kind of like a little child when they are reaching out to touch a hot stove or something, or anything for that matter, and you try to tell the child, don't touch that, and they look at you with this glassy-eyed stare like, what is he saying? I don't know what he said. What does that mean? Don't touch it. I don't know what that means. So then the child touches it, then you spank them on the hand, and then they go, oh, that's what that means. I better not touch that. So this is what I found, is that when I try to explain things to people, try to tell them what's going on, they can't understand it. So it's kind of a lonely place to be when you understand a lot of things. And there's an interesting story in Ecclesiastes chapter 9. Ecclesiastes chapter 9, okay. There was a little city, and a few men within it, and there came a great king against it, and besieged it, and built great bulwarks against it. Now there was found in it a poor, wise man, and he by his wisdom delivered the city. Yet no man remembered that same poor man. Then said I, wisdom is better than strength. Nevertheless, the poor man's wisdom is despised, and his words are not heard. So this is Ecclesiastes 9:14 through 16. So what I've learned is that even though you have wisdom, even though you acquire wisdom, sometimes you don't get any honor, you don't get any recognition. People just can't understand you. So, with that being said, and this story, there's been a siege laid upon this country. The Babylon has laid a siege on this country. They've taken our rights. They tell us what to do. And where do they get this power? They get this power by your consent. You've consented to this power. Now, please don't get preconceived ideas of what this means. I'm saying that Babylon is a corporation, and you contract with it through your Social Security card and your driver's license. You are voluntarily giving up your rights. You are giving away your birthright. If you look at this, these cards, these images, the capital letter name that was created at your birth, if you trust in this to feed yourself rather than God, then you're giving up your rights. You're giving up your birthright. And in essence, what you're doing is you're hiring the Federal Reserve to make this country fake money. And that is the very cancer that is destroying this country. So what I'm doing is, I am this poor wise man in this scripture. And I mean, please forgive me if I understand this. And even though I tell you this, you probably may not understand, but I am the poor wise man that is trying to deliver this country from these international bankers. I hear a lot of people on the internet. Alex Jones, he talks about, the bad things that they do. You have David Icke. The numbers, the list of people go on about those who know the truth that, we're being plundered and these people are wicked and they have control over us and they're destroying the world and they're destroying the people and they're the cause of all the problems. But the simple fact is that we've hired them through our Social Security card and driver's license. And what I am here to do is to rescue you and to deliver you. And he, by his wisdom, delivered the city. So if you just simply stop contracting with the Social Security card and the driver's license, you will free yourself from them. If you burn these documents, because it has a capital letter name. It is your name in capital letters. It's not you, but it's the corporation that was created at your birth, and you contract with it and you enter into business with the United States corporation. This is really simple stuff. Simple. So these are contracts, and all you got to do is stop contracting. That's all you got to do. You don't have to contract. There's no law that says you have to contract. If you don't believe me, question me, and I'll tell you. There is no law that says you have to contract with them. They've tricked you into it, and I can show you how. The law simply says a certificate of birth for every live birth which occurs in this state shall be filed with the state registrar. It doesn't say you have to fill it out. But once you enter in, then you're stuck. And people don't realize that, and that's how they have all the power over you. Because through your ignorance. And this image that was created at your birth is the image of the beast. And you are a beast if you're contracting with Babylon, because Babylon reigns over the beast. So you are part of the beast system if you have this capital letter name. God says in Deuteronomy 7:25, their images of their gods shall you burn. So burn them. Don't worship the image. Don't cause it to speak. You become a person. Person is literally a face mask worn by an actor on stage. Comes from the word personar, which means to speak. So you're causing an image, the person, to speak. You're a man, and you become a person when you contract. Beauvier's Law Dictionary says that a person is the word that is applied to men, women, and children. That word applied has a legal definition. It means to make a formal request. And Beauvier's Law Dictionary also says that man and person are not synonymous terms. And Black's Law Dictionary, this language of sorcery, the legal law, the law of commerce says in Black's Law that a person is an entity that is recognized by law. So when you contract, you're recognized by law. So I'm trying to rescue you people. And I know I may have the answer to rescue you, and you may get rescued because the Bible talks about the banks and corporations going down in Revelations 18. But, then you'll just forget about me, and then my wisdom will be despised, because generally the human race, they're too busy to understand. They're too busy to know how things work, like Solomon. Solomon wanted to know how things work. I want to know how things work. I don't, because deceit is the folly of a fool. If you don't understand something, there's something you don't know, and there's somebody taking advantage of you if you don't know something. Because ignorance is big business, and Babylon and the government have capitalized on your ignorance, hence the capital letters capitalized, turn you into capital. They've taken advantage of you through this capital letter name. Redeem your straw man, redeem yourself. Isaiah 48:20. Did God not say God has redeemed his servant Jacob? Did he not lead them through the deserts and give them water from the rock? If you come out, you're going to be in the desert, because you're not going to rely on the corporation anymore and their fake money system. Yeah, I still use the dollar, but I don't worship the image any longer, and I trade in my dollars for stuff that has value when I can, until the system goes down. The entire world banking system, these central bankers that control the money, which are idols, the idols of Babylon, and then these idols of Babylon require an image, the image of the beast, and you cause it to speak whenever you contract and give these idols power through your federal income tax.